Well, okay, folks. I was coming home from the beach. I get pulled over in my Jeep. So Max and I pull in the parking lot of Home Depot. We pull in, my tire's low. I get a can of Fix Flat out. I start filling up one of the tires. The police officer pulls around the parking lot. I saw him come in behind me. He pulled around the parking lot and he went around and then he came up behind my car sideways and behind me. And I said, "Hi, how you doing?" He said, "Hi, you got a flat?" And I said, "No, just loses air. I'm putting this in it and it'll get me home." He said, "Hey, can I see your license and insurance?" I said, "Proof of insurance." I said, "Sure." So I get everything out of the glove box, hand it to him. He says, "Mr. Philby, I hate to say this," and right away I knew what he was going to say. So I grabbed Max because I thought if he was going to impound Max, I'm going to outrun the dude and at least give Max to Jamie and then let him go to Andres. And then I'd go turn myself in because I'm not going to let my dog get put in a pound because I would go to jail and nobody would get him. It would just be bad for the Max. That's all I was worried about. So I said to the officer, I said, "Well, what are you going to do about my dog?" Well, first he goes, "You know your license are revoked?" I said, "No, I did not know that." But he said, "We have a violation of probation for not reporting your address change because I moved into the motor home where it's sitting. No, don't live at the house anymore." And I lost my wallet, so I missed 4 payments to them because I forgot to give them the 4-digit numbers so they could draw their payment. That's all that happened. So I call them, I give them the numbers, they say okay. Now this is back in March when Corona first hit. So I'm thinking everything's good, except I know I need to go in and document everything when I can go in because nobody could come in because of the Corona. So, anyways, he says, "Well, they violated you because you didn't pay $20 and you didn't tell them that you moved to a different address." Holy fuck. So, they arrested me in Charlotte County because I was driving on a revoked license and there was a hold from my county, Highlands County, for me. So Charlotte County holds me for 14 days. I pay and bond out on that charge, the driving with no license, because all I got to do is get this straightened out and then go back over there and show them I got a license and blah, blah, blah at the time. Well, anyways, so I go to Charlotte County. After 14 days of Charlotte County decontamination, they come and get me. Then I do 10 days of decontamination in Highlands County, and then Highlands County takes me up to a dorm. Well, because of my ailments and stuff, they're like, "We don't want to put you in population. You're 61 years old," all this shit. And I go, "You know what? Just put me somewhere so I can lay down and get through this." So anyways, they put me in the dorm. I sit there till 4 days ago. To finally get in front of the judge who did my paperwork. He wrote on my paperwork, "No bond, no action," and he circled it with a black magic marker, which meant I had to sit till I saw that particular judge. In 2013, when this all came about, because I had a $17,000 DUI, I did and said some things on Facebook about the judge he didn't like. So he wanted to look me in the eye face to face, which, hey, I'll look you in the eye. Let's look, baby. What do you see? You see reality. You want to know what I see? Anyways, so I sit in Hinds County for 50, I don't know, some days. And my attorney says, "Well," I said, "Well, what do you guys got to have to make this go away? Because this is just stupid. They're just making money on people like me." I said, "What do you want me to do? What gets me done with this?" He said, "Well, how about 8 more months? So that'd be 11 months and 28 days. I said, "You're crazy." "No, you're crazy." So then he said, "Well, how about I reinstate you on your paper and you do 6 months more of paper?" I said, "Yeah, let me out of here. Whatever. This is just stupid. Are you kidding me?" So then I get out and they say call the probation office within 72 hours. Well, I get out immediately. I start making phone calls as soon as I got a phone. So I call the probation department. I say, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "Here's what I'll do. I'm not pissing. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not coming in because it's 13 miles to town. You took my license again. I can't drive. I'm not even going to worry about that shit. I'll call you. What day do you want me to call you? And how many months? And $50 a month. How much is it going to total? And I'll pay it now because he said as long as everything was paid and taken care of, I could do early termination. Let's just do it today and be done with it because that's how it's got to be for me. She said, well, we might start coming in. I said, well, it doesn't matter. I said, it was the same lady that's had me forever in this county since 2013. I said, Miss Santiago, you know me. I go to the beach a lot. She said, well, you got to call me, and if you can't go, you can't go. I said, no, that's not going to happen. I said, you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to the beach. You'll know because if I get in trouble, that's when you'll know. Otherwise, I'm just going to do it. I go, I don't ask anybody for anything. I don't want to cause you issues, but if you need me to call in on a certain time and day of each month, you tell me that. I'll do that, and I'll send you your $55 every month. I go, but that's all I'm going to do. And for how long? That's the question. How long do you want me to do this? And I'm waiting for them to tell me that. They won't tell me till March 1st. On March 3rd, the first time I call in, they'll tell me how long I got to do it. I'm sure they're going to buck me for a year. That's $50 a month for a year. Ridiculous. Anyways, so then I get on the phone again because Charlotte County picked me up. So now I got to call them and ask them what's going on because I got a court date with them because Highlands revoked my license. I didn't know I was driving without my license, so now I'm got driving without my license in Charlotte County. So I call them up and I go, hey, what am I supposed to do? She said, well, we don't care what you do. You come turn yourself in. I said, what are you talking about? I just got out. I mean, I walked out of jail like 2 hours ago. What are you talking about? She said, well, we put a warrant out for your arrest for failure to appear, felony failure to appear. I said, appear where? I was in jail. I was already incarcerated. I don't appear. You come get me or they bring me. And if you're not doing that stuff now because of the corona, how can you hold me liable for that? I was incarcerated in Highlands County on that day. And you held me for them and then released me to them. And I had to pay you guys a bond so you could let me go. So you made money on me. Then you took my bond back and put a warrant out for me because I missed a court appearance while I was in jail in a different county that you held me for and made money on me for holding and then released me to. What? So I said, what are you talking about? She said, well, you need to you didn't sign the form for your public defender in the right spot. I said, excuse me? She said, well, you're not on the right line on the paper where you signed to get your public defender. So you didn't have a public defender when your case came. So the prosecuting attorney just said, felony failure to appear. He doesn't have an attorney. He's supposed to, whatever. I didn't dot the I's and cross the T's, I guess. So I said, that's just fucking crazy. I mean, I laughed at her. People standing around me are going, what? Because everybody else was hearing this conversation because I had it on speakerphone. And I said, that's fucking crazy. No. Tell me what I can do from where I'm at. She said, yeah, because if you come in here, you better bring a toothbrush. Anyways, so she tells me, well, go on this website, print up your own page. I said, wait a minute, did I sign the paperwork you're talking about? She said, oh, yeah, it's signed, but you didn't sign on the right line. I said, what the fuck? Who cares where I signed it? You told me to sign this paper. If it's signed, it's signed. What the hell? She said, well, you can't put ink down below the dotted line. She told me that too on the new one. When you print this out, don't have one mark, not even a pencil line or an ink line past the dotted line. I'm like, oh my God. So then I get my friend Barbara, because I got to find somebody with a computer. Listen to this. I got to find somebody with a computer that can print the shit out for me because I don't have an ID no one will do it for me because it's a court paperwork. I have to have an ID to do it. It was just a bunch of stupid shit I was going through. Because I took it down to get it notarized after Barbara printed it out, and I didn't have an ID, so he couldn't notarize it. Now, this is all the same day I get out. And I got a warrant out for me. So now I got to go to the DMV with a warrant out for me, an active warrant. Go, hi, here I am. I either want to turn myself in or I need an ID. The lady goes, excuse me? I said, well, I need an ID. She said, okay, hang on a minute. She went back and she comes back. She took some information. I showed her the paperwork I had that showed where I live now and stuff. You know, that my W-2 forms were mailed to me, that kind of thing. And in the case she needed proof of, she didn't care what address I put on there. She said, where do you want to say it says you live now? I said, Pluto? She started laughing. I go, no, seriously, can you put Planet Pluto on there? That would be cool. But she couldn't. But anyways, I said, well, where I'm at. You know, because if you change that address, that's what I told probation, you violate. So anyways, I get the ID. Well, first she goes, hang on a minute. And now a half hour, 45 minutes has passed. And I tell my friend who took me down there, because he's wasting his time, I got to give him gas money and take care of, him for helping me. He doesn't want it, but that's how I do. And about 45 minutes, I look at Jeff and I go, hey, dude, it sure is taking her a long time. And there was a dude standing there that had handcuffs that went back there, too. I go, I'm about to leave. This isn't cool. I hope I don't go to jail from here because of this warrant. She comes out, she says, Mr. Philby, she says, the warrant's active. If you go to that county, they will arrest you if they pull you over. She said, but it's not signed where it says it's a hold warrant, where like Charlotte County will hold me, or my county will hold me for Charlotte County or any other county. All they do is it says, make me aware of that I got a warrant in that county. So I go, oh my gosh. So I go, okay, well, give me the ID. So I get the brand new ID. And I go to do the paperwork. And Andre's vehicle was messing up Kathy's car. So he took it into the shop in another town from us. Up by Avon Park or somewhere. A ways from us. So we don't have a vehicle right now. Haven't for 2 days. 2.5 days. And I left the paperwork in there. So then I call the prosecuting attorney this morning for Charlotte County and the public defender's office for Charlotte County. And I tell them, I got this paper, I got this ID, here's the pictures, blah, blah, blah. All I got to do is get them together, notarize it, and mail it. Can you make sure? She said, well, just stay out of Port Charlotte until you do that. And she said, I said, I'll have it mailed by tomorrow. She said, well, figure on 4 days and give me a call, 4 or 5 days. So now, from now to the time I mail it, and 4 or 5 days from that time, I can't go to Charlotte County. Oh, I can go, but if I was to get asked by the police who I was, I would go to jail for that warrant. It's not a hold warrant, which means here they don't give a shit. It's just they're supposed to go, hey, you got a warrant in Charlotte. It's just got a reminder on it to tell you. And I would go, yeah, I know. And I'd tell them what I just told you. But can you believe this shit? Only me. Anyways, I'm just relaxing because I actually had a really comfortable sleep last night. Max and I snoozed comfortably. It was nice, about 68 degrees in here. Not a sound. Just Max and I. We ate really good last night. We ate too much, actually. Got up this morning. Got the attitude adjustment. Another friend, Fiona, is moving back into a house. And she had some stuff stored in the shop here. So I went up and helped her load her car. And now Max and I are just chilling. I'm trying... If I look really like out of it or whatever, it's because mentally, oh my gosh, I could have never been a clerk or a receptionist or anything to do with keeping stuff organized for anybody or themselves. because I can't do it for myself. But it wears me out. A mental stress gets me. I mean, look at me. I could go back to sleep now for the rest of the day, and I mean, I'm wore out just from all this stuff going on in my head. But anyways, there's always someone worse off. And I got an attitude adjustment about 20 minutes ago after Max and I ate waffles and apple jelly and oatmeal. It was a great breakfast. We had a great dinner, and we're going to keep doing it. I weigh 157 pounds. I was 122 when I went in jail. It's scheduled eating in there, and if you eat what they give you, that's the right foods, you can gain weight, but you have to gorge. So I bought lots of candy because I'm blessed like that, and I traded it for oatmeal trays. So I ate 6 breakfasts every time I wanted to, every day of the week if I wanted to. And you have to eat it in 15 minutes. So you gorge it down, then it hurts for a while. Then it goes where it settles, and you make it go where you want it to go. So I've got my pecs back. My arms are coming back. I'm really strong. I'm almost totally clean. I mean, I smoked some pot since I've been out. I drank maybe 5 good swallows out of a can of Mike's Hard Long Island iced tea, and put it in the refrigerator yesterday. And I'm sipping it now with my coffee and enjoying the sun and relaxing. Max is chilling. If I get the energy up, I may go outside and rake some leaves. But as you can see, we have a lot of leaves. I could be raking for a long time. But that's okay, because we're not in any hurry. Never slow down. Never look back unless in that rear view mirror, because you already been there. And never ever give up. There's always someone worse off. If I could take this shit off this planet, I would when I go. But I don't run my show. So I'm just a star. Have a great day. Never give up.